Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. And on today we have Elias, who made top 64 at the European World Championship qualifier, playing none other than Sky Striker. A list that has been very much focused on going second, as we'll discover as we go through this, and that's been a very popular choice for Sky Striker. As of recent changes, with Kigari to 1, with the way that the format has developed, it's just been found that this deck is so good at breaking the boards made by some of the top decks, and in many cases you get more utility out of all of the cards. So let's run through the list then. Triple Ash and Triple Gamma with the one driver, of course. These are some of the most impactful hand traps actually in the format. Gamma is very, very strong at the moment, and this is one of the best decks for baiting things, so you can use your engage, and when your opponent ashes you, get off your Gamma and allow you to carry on with your plays. That's a really strong one as well. And there are a bunch of other interactions too that you can get through just by baiting things and then slamming down the Gamma. Even with the against the Thunder deck, if they set up the usual board and they try to negate your stuff, like if they try to negate your Mystic Mine, then you can just Gamma them and keep your Mine on board and keep it alive. So then obviously Triple Ray, 2 Mine, no third copy in here. There is double terraforming to go with the rest of the field spells, Triple Area Zero anyway. He is playing pretty much all of the options, right? So 1 Afterburners, Jamming Waves, Eagle Booster, Hornet, 1 Shark, and 1 Hercules base for the 1-ofs. We've seen Shark Cannon be a little bit more popular recently, but it looks like he's decided that just 1 copy is enough for him. Triple Anchor, obviously, Triple Multi-Roll, very, very standard, and Triple Engage, it's super standard too. The 1 Upstart Goblin, this is a 41 card deck, but you're still running the Upstart. Gives you that extra spell resource, so potentially more helpful with your extra effects going off. And only 2 Twin Twisters, not seeing back row as that much of an issue. And then Triple Evenly, and 2 impermanents. This actually gives you a lot of removal for the format, so you have 8 real hand traps, 3 evenly for wiping some boards, double Mystic Mine for putting some stun into place and allowing you to carry on with your plays. Then for the extra deck, we have the Omega to go with the Driver and Gamma combo, Boral Sword for when you get enough monsters, Heater is obviously very easy to go into and very, very useful with this within this deck. The Nightmare package, the Nengirsu to make when you use the Heater to steal an opponent's Link monster, Triple Hayate, 1 Kigari, 1 Kina, Triple Shizuku, and 1 Bomber Dragon, proving very, very strong within this deck, especially when you can search off the Hercules base. That always makes it really impactful there. For the side deck, Triple Lancia, Triple Ghost Ogre, Triple Ra, you don't really need your normal summon, and Thunder is one of the hardest matchups for you, and this just makes that a little bit easier. Triple Typhoon, and Triple there can be only 1 rounds off the full list. So for the rounds that you played, well, there were 11 rounds of Swiss, facing off against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is this 5? Maybe 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Salamangrates within the main event. Wow, that is a lot of representation for Salamangrate there. Majority of the cases winning, there's just 1 loss to Salamangrate, so really feeling quite comfortable in that particular matchup. The other loss that he had during Swiss was to Thunder. Obviously it's one of the hardest matchups, but very low on representation here, just the 1 Thunder matchup that he played. Then Draco, Sky Striker, Orcust, and Infernoid all proving to be some interesting matchups for him to face. And then top 64 going up against Orcust, sadly losing out 0-2 here, so ending his record with a very, very impressive top 64 spot at the largest ever European World Championship qualifier. And we have some additional comments here from Elias, so let's run through these. So I asked him how the event was overall. He said it was far better than I expected. He started off 6-0, but in the end his record was 8-2-1. As for why he decided to play this deck, he says it's the only deck that he finds fun to play this format because you have so many options available. This is a blind going second list. He's always loved playing going second decks, and Sky Striker can do this really easily in this current format. Then in terms of the hand traps, in his opinion, Gamma is the best hand trap of the format against your opponent, and during your own turn it can act as a Call by the Grave, so definitely worth playing that too. And then in terms of why he didn't play Triple Mine, he says he feels like 3 is a bit too bricky. If you don't open your hand traps, you'll normally open a mine or a terraforming with mine at 2 anyway, and that gives you enough access for it. So he chose to play Twin Twisters at 2 in the main because it's probably slightly better against the rogue matchups than MST, but he put the 3 MST into the side deck because most of the time back row removal is just really to bait a single negate against Salamangreat or against Orca, so the discard cost is not really worth it in those cases. He says that the hardest matchup by far is Thunder. If you don't see enough hand traps, it's always a loss. In terms of changes, he would maybe find space for a second Shark Cannon because it came up in testing and during the tournament, but this list worked out fine for him in the end. Shoutouts go to his team OCC, Jawad Rahmani, the Belgian community, and to Vlad for an amazing and fun feature match. So thanks very much, Elias, for coming on and sharing your list with us and all of your rounds and the extra comments as well. Congratulations on making top 64 at this massive European event, and good luck to you in the future. This channel is supported by Tier 0 Games. Head to the link in the description in order to pick up the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, other TCGs, as well as plenty of accessories, and stay tuned for more videos on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. Thanks for watching this episode of Top Deck. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out the description for details of how you can get involved in this series. You can enter by voice interview, or instead you could just send all of your information over Facebook Messenger. Anything like that will be absolutely fine. If you want to see anything in particular from the upcoming series, then be sure to get in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.